It was 9:47 a.m. on a Monday, the start of my on-call week, when a Slack message from my manager dropped, shattering the peace. Hey, see a tone of Anno.alerts fire about a spike in 400 force. Can you investigate? The numbers look weird. He attached the screenshot. There it was, in stark black and orange. Anomaly on job by 404, with a terrifying spike of 337%. The alert helpfully suggested the cause could be an unresponsive backend at our technology partner. Great, a third-party mystery on day one. For the next 2 days, my screen exploded into a familiar mosaic of despair. I was performing autopsy on a system that was already called. Anodot confirmed a 10 minutes intermittent anomaly, the nightmare scenario. Next, Sentry, where the weekly summary email had already warned me we were drowning in 275,000 error. How was I supposed to isolate a subtle spike of 400 volts from a third party amidst that chaos? I scrolled through pages of ongoing and regressed issues, my eyes glazing over. Then, DataDog, where a jagged line in a sea of red and blue declared the last 24 hours 80% anomalous. When everything is an anomaly, nothing is. Finally, the grim descent into our Elastic stack. I was writing arcane KQL queries, trying to correlate logs with the exact 10 minutes window Anodot had flagged. Was it our servers, the partners, or a network hiccup in between? Each tool provided me with a single context-free clue. I wasn't building or creating. I was just a human correlation engine, burning my best hours trying to piece together a story from scattered fragments. Living in that ordeal for too long was my breaking point. I realized I was done paying the tax levied by a disjoint observability stack. There had to be a way to just rewind the tape and see the truth. That search is what led me to Multiplayer. At first, it just seemed like a modern tool to monitor and debug user activities, especially with their visual debugger feature. But when I saw their full-stack session recording fused with AI through the MCP server, I realized this was something else entirely. You are not just fixing bugs. You are fundamentally changing your relationship with your own code. The ground truth in a single click. Multiplayer changes the game entirely. Now, when an alert fires, it contains a single hyperlink, view session. I click it and I see everything. The front end. A pixel-perfect video of the user's session. I watch their mouse move, they click finalize order, the button spinner spins for a few seconds, and then error message for them. A world of pain for me. The backend. Below the video, a meticulously synchronized timeline reveals the entire organism of our application responding to that click. It's a unified interactive diagnostic core. I see every database query with its execution time, every API call with its full payload, and every console error tied directly to the line of code that fired it. And just like that, the daunting tick was over. I filtered the timeline by network error. I click to expand the request payload and see it instantly. The problem wasn't an unresponsive backend. We were sending deprecated user ID field in the JSON body. My brain fires. I remember seeing a month-old email from them about an API change. The mystery that cost me 2 days of my life is now solved in a few minutes of directed observability. The AI copilot that was actually at the scene. Finding the what and where is one thing. Implementing the how is another. My AI coding assistants are smart. They see my code base, but they lack the context of a real-world runtime failure. The Multiplayer MCP server is the bridge that shutters this limitation. It's a conduit that feeds the entire rich context of a recorded session directly into Cursor, GitHub Copilot, Claude Code, or whatever AI tool you use. Now with that session open, I invoke my AI assistant. Through the MCP, it doesn't just see my code, it ingests the entire incident. It sees the user's click, the UI failing, the 404 response, and the exact line of code that generates the faulty payload. Its suggestion isn't a generic guess. It's a precise, actionable diagnosis. The 404 error is caused by sending a deprecated user ID field. Based on the partner's API documentation from the session's context, you must refactor this to use the primary user token field. Here is the corrected code block. And here is where the story gets even better. It's not just for bugs. I can record a session where I manually execute the perfect user flow, narrating my intent, and feed that to the AI via MCP and say, implement this. I just given my AI a perfect functional specification written in the universal language of action. The future of development is here, and it's recorded. The synergy between full-stack recording and the MCP server isn't just an update. It's a paradigm shift. For me, the biggest change is reclaiming my most valuable asset, long, uninterrupted blocks of deep work. For my team, collaboration becomes smoother. A link to a multiplayer session is our source of truth, ending debates and accelerating handoffs. The downstream effects are massive. Higher quality software, faster release cycles, and a more engaged engineering team focused on feature development, not forensics. The future of software development isn't just about writing code slightly faster. It's about understanding our complex systems on a profoundly deeper level. So stop debugging blind. Start building with vision.